you said something to me that's still sits with me so hard about, I've struggled with my faith and my journey. And you said to me, you know what? Maybe there's not a plan, but I have to believe that there's a heaven because one day I want to see my parents again. And that was like, whoa. When have you seen me the most vulnerable, and what did it teach you about loving me? Let me get a tissue. Come here, give me that one. I can already see you building up.
Yep. Last time we filmed, that was real vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because I see you trying to hold back a breakdown. And I know that's not easy for you, but you knew that if you broke down that time I wouldn't have been able to recover. So going through, when both my parents died, you were vulnerable because that was hard for you too.
Yeah.
And then the cancer, both times, and my liver situation, that was really scary.
It reminded me of the drunk driving accident too.
We got hit by a drunk driver.
When the drunk driver hit us, and I was like, yes, I forgot about that.
And then the car wreck in 2003. So let's see, 2 major car wrecks, both my parents dying, 2 breast cancer, 1 liver. Breast cancer was just really, really hard.
Yeah.
Because we'd never experienced anything like that before. I mean, you had to take care of me through a lot of surgeries. I've had so many surgeries.
Yeah.
But this was like, it's not just a surgery and it's fixed. Because, okay, there's going to have to be some follow-up stuff. And there's going to have to be, it was just so invasive. Mm-hmm. My whole body has been reconstructed because of it. And just seeing you, especially at that time, like when we were filming last.
There you go, you got it.
Okay. Was really hard because during that time, which we can talk a little bit more about it now than we could then, you're working for a company with some of the worst people. Some of the worst people ever. They had no compassion. And showed that.
Yeah, no, I don't work for that company anymore,
and you don't
so
work
we're
for that
good.
Company. I know.
We can talk about it.
I won't say the company's name, but they were some of the most disgusting human beings I've ever known in my life. Yeah. And I'm so glad you don't have to be around them anymore. Seeing you take care of me, I would see you also tear up and kind of go into another room so that I wouldn't have to see you. Like I was on a lot of medicine, but I still remember things like that. And that's just, I think that was it because we were both just terrified. It was very scary. And I was in so much pain. So that was hard. And then when I came back, there was something similar.
And I don't like talking about the hard moments.
Yeah.
Like that's the legit truth. Like I just don't.
You really like to breeze past it.
I bury that deep intentionally because of all the things you said.
Yeah. So that was definitely a time when you were in a pretty raw state of life. Mm-hmm. And then admitting to yourself that you needed help too was big.
Yeah.
Because
I had to get help.
Yeah. You can't just be the one taking everything on your shoulders and expect everything to stay okay.
Great.
Yeah. Especially when you have a career with people that are horrible. What do you feel cancer has taught us?
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is the one you said I can't talk about, but I'm going to talk about it. It has rocked my faith to my core. Because we have a lot of friends and family and people that come from the church. Mm-hmm. Like I was raised Catholic, then Lutheran, then Methodist, and everything in between. And I remember thinking the first time, like, okay, that's not cool. Like, there's this whole idea of this grandiose plan that exists out there. And I'm like, okay, if this was the plan, then it would be me getting the diagnosis and not you. Because the kind of person that you've always been is just the greatest depiction of a human being and how you treat people and how you love people. And I was not the same. I didn't treat you right. I didn't do right by you for a long time. And I think that was like, man, so I'm just healthy-go-lucky and she gets the cancer. I was so angry at the world the second go round that I was numb. Like I was so angry at the world. And so I think what it taught me patience, and that it was okay for me to have a fight with my faith. Mm-hmm. So that's what I have learned most from the cancer.
It's an unfortunate lesson.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Ooh. So I need you to recite this as a quote and fill in the blanks. Okay. My biggest fear about us is blank because blank.
Let me see. All right. My biggest fear about us is one of us dying because it's almost happened. I am terrified of something happening to you. I don't feel like I could go on without you. Yeah, that's really it. It's just some other health tragedy coming up or some other drunk driver hitting us, whatever it is that takes you from me, and I can't handle that.
I was going to say, it has gotten close, but not with me. So you're assuming that because it's all happened with you, that there's just the ball's going to drop?
I mean, that's why we wear these rings that monitor ourselves, but yeah. I'm just scared that, I guess, ever since the cancer stuff, I have a mindset of like, okay, it's about to come crashing down. Things are great right now. And I even told you right before my diagnosis. Mm-hmm. So things are too great right now. Like we've got everything we could ever want and we're happy. Something's going to come crashing down. And it did in a big way. So I'm always living in a state of what's next. Mm-hmm. And there's never peace with that. I'm always scared.
That sucks. Never peace? Never.
Mm. It's like I'm just waiting for it to be told to me, like it's happening, but just now somebody's going to fill me in on the blank or fill me on the spot.
I'm curious though, like you've talked about experiences and living in the moment and being present, mm-hmm. right? All those things that are 100% I agree with, but does that fear take away from that, from the enjoyment of that or the ability to actually let yourself enjoy that with your family?
No, if anything, it amplifies it. Because I know that this could be the very last time we do something like this. So I really try to soak in those moments even more.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But no, I'm constantly in a state of like, what's next?
Yeah.
So it's stressful. And I wish I could change that about myself. What do you admire about me that I may not realize?
See, the tough part about that question is that you may not realize.
Yeah.
Because I think I share often with you that I'm your biggest cheerleader, your biggest supporter. I admire what's changed in me. I admire your continued faith and hope. Mm. Like you might have that fear of tense, right feeling, and you might have the fear of the world that our kids are growing up in right now and the environment around us, but you still have this kind of unwavering hope that it'll get better and that you can do something to impact that. And I also think the faith piece, like you said something to me that's still sits with me so hard about, I've struggled with my faith and my journey. And you said to me, you know what? Maybe there's not a plan, but I have to believe that there's a heaven because one day I want to see my parents again. And that was like, whoa. You need a tissue that's not going to fall apart on your face? Are you sure?
Make it fall apart.
I think this one will work better. I'm just saying. That's been sitting in my warm hand for the last half an hour.
Is it okay?
You're good.
Okay.
So I think that was super impactful to me because I was like, oh, that makes sense. Why you would not stray away in the same way that I have. Because, I still have my parents. They're still here. I can pick up the phone and call them, and so that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What is your greatest hope for us?
Ooh. That we live a long time healthy.
How long, though?
Okay, like we talked about in the car.
To that moment?
To the threshold.
That threshold, okay.
Yeah, to the threshold. I don't know. I really love our life, and I'm hopeful that it continues in the same kind of fashion that it's been going. And, you know, our kids are thriving and healthy and happy and have lots of goals that they're working towards, which is so exciting to see them as they're becoming like many adults. And that you and I can just continue to kind of soak it all in. It's been really nice being able to just kind of sit back and observe and enjoy. And I hope we can keep that going for a long, long time. How has your love for me changed, and what has it become?
I think it's changed. It's just intensified. Like the longer we've been together, the better we understand each other. The harder we work to make each other happy, right? And I said earlier that I don't think marriage is work. So the word work that I put in there is not really intended to say, man, I'm feeling like this is work. I just feel like we are
Just put in more effort.
We're more deliberate and intentional and put in a lot of effort to just make sure that it's not just status quo. Like that every day is better, that every experience is more fun, that the memories we create are, you know, bigger and bolder, but with our kids and not just each other. So you focus on me just as much as I focus on you.
Yeah.
Right? You get out what you put in. And that could not be more true for us. Like every single day, it's very intentional.
I want to answer the same question.
You want to answer this? Go for it.
You've always known that I love you. Like we've loved each other since the moment we met. But seeing the way that you supported me and our kids while you were dying inside, I mean, you can't put words on that. You can't get more intense than that. I mean, we both had to face reality of possibly not having each other. And a lot of people in the same situation run.
Oh yeah, that was like super eye-opening for me.
Yep. And we've gone through it twice. And my liver thing, I mean, that was so bad too. So just watching you evolve into the person that made you, not that you wanted to be, but it made you.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think I could love you more, but I'd love you more every day. I don't just love you, I'm thankful for you. And I'm thankful that you've turned into the man that you are. And while I hate some of our past experiences, I'm glad that we have them because I think it makes both of us appreciate a lot more now.
Do you want a hug?
No. Yes.
Are you sure?
If you enjoyed that conversation at the end, visit theskindeep.com/shop, where you'll find more of our products to create the space to explore the relationships that are most important to you.